All right, so let's get the mail. The first one is this guy? Okay, Joe, have you been keeping up with the suspensions in the Discord, Joe? I'm suspended like about 8 people.
Yeah.
Are you making sure they're not sending questions?
Yeah, no, I recognize all.
Okay,
I recognize all the coordinates.
You're like Joe. You know what you are? You are like our border patrol. Okay, because you're the
last line of defense.
Responsible for when I'm condemning. When we're apprehending these people and we're throwing them back at the border, you need to like take note and make sure they don't get back in.
Yeah,
so that's
fingerprints, like Polaroid.
Right. It's like the addicted to the thing. I told you to read the letters, but they keep coming through. Okay, there should be no reason for that.
Right. It's a porous border. But no, I saw you suspended Original Simulant.
I did.
Well, my fine will not be porous. All right.
Next one's from Suganda. Well, let's get the email. This is interesting. The first one is from Suganda Chanko, and the subject is the next Kurt Angle. He is not. Good day, K100 crew. Wish you all well, and I hope Konnan is feeling healthy. As you may or may not have heard, Olympic gold medalist Gabe Steveson had his NXT debut over the weekend. The previous Tuesday on NXT, he had a live in-ring promo that set up the match, which wasn't very good. The match itself wasn't very good either, and got booed out of the building after he missed a couple spots and tried to do an ankle lock. The crowd chanted, "You're not Angle" at him. Personally, thought his selling was decent. It's obviously a freak athlete. You guys don't follow NXT, so you wouldn't know the direction they might be heading in. But based off your knowledge of the business, do you think it's a mistake to align Gabe Steveson with Kurt Angle? And as a talent, how do you handle crowd rejection? Let's play that crowd reaction. I haven't seen it. Well, first of all, this shows how detestable wrestling fans are. You're literally going to bury this guy after his first match? Imagine imagine if we would have listened to wrestling fans what they thought of Rocky Maivia. I mean, come on, or Steve, or the Ringmaster.
Bro, let me just say one thing real quick.
Such a guy off one match, it's ridiculous.
Bro, let me tell you. So I very rarely tweet at people I don't know, but Stephen A. Smith had gone on this rant that Errol Spence should retire after the beating Crawford gave him, and I'm like, anybody can have a bad night. If you have a bad night, should you retire? I mean, come on. Yeah.
To George St. Pierre, but quit after he got knocked out by Matt Serra?
Right.
It's like, come on.
Right.
All right, let's hear it.
We're the NXT universe in this matchup. You know, Book, I want to come to you with this question.
People Steveson outside so we can use a little furniture right here. As you go, son, that's called a shucky ducky quack quack moment.
Corbin just broke the count of the official so he can continue to.
That's enough. That's enough. Right.
Corbin understands
that's enough, Joe. Okay, you know what I hear? A handful of fans doing a chant. Trolls. You know, it's like, come on. That's like go ahead.
I actually saw this match,
right?
Because I wanted to see what dominant. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Okay. So here's the thing: Corbin's a really good worker. So he was in there with a really good worker who was, showing him, but leading him through. He did not look bad. I just think the fans probably think Corbin's done a great job and we're behind Corbin. He's paid his dues. Kind of like the Eddie Kingston thing in AEW where like he's been around a long, like when they give the Oscar to somebody at the end of their career because they didn't get it in the beginning. So everybody's like, hey, we like Corbin and we don't like this guy because he's the guy that's being pushed, almost like they did with Roman Reigns. But the guy comes off number one as likable, okay? Doesn't come up as he's obviously a freak, superior pedigree athlete. And, bro, it's very rare where you're going to get a Logan Paul or a Pat McAfee that rocket in their first match. This guy's probably...
Well, the thing is that some guys are just a handful of them make the transition very easy. Like Kurt Angle did, Brock did, because... But let me tell you something. This is the reason why the transition was easy, is because guys like that embrace the art of selling. Okay, at a very early stage, which is the most important. Because if you don't know how to sell, and you look confused when you're selling or something. But both once you sell naturally, it's also teaches you you work lighter on the people that you're working with. It's just like and that's how Gabe Steveson may get there, but like just some people pick that up very quickly, others don't, which is why some people have been in the Performance Center for like 5 years. And
but he didn't, bro. He didn't look bad in the match. I just think it's the fans kind of hijacking it and saying, "Hey, we like Corbin because he deserves better, and he is a good worker." and this guy's the guy being kind. We know you're going to push him down our throat, and we're going to make him pay his dues, kind of thing. And you know how the fans are. One guy starts to chant, and everybody else starts to chant. It's that mob mentality.
It's a handful of like six friends.
Right.
They're all, they're all right. They start the right. It's very easy to do.
Remember they did it to Bray Wyatt when he first debuted. They were chanting Husky Harris at him. They tried.
A handful of fans can do that. It's 100%.
But I think they should. This guy mentioned the ankle lock in his email. One thing they should do for the Steveson guy to try to end the angle comparisons and stuff is get the ankle lock away from him. Not every Olympic wrestler has to finish with the ankle lock. Give him his own submission or his own move. That's what I would say.
Hey, next was some Joseph.
I would disagree.
Next was some Joseph. I would too, because Konnan. If Konnan's going to disagree with Joe, I'm going to disagree with Joe too.